Oh, are you seriously? Are you being seriously right now?
Oh my. But
maybe now we frickin' press everything?
you want to destroy
Oh my god!
our odd goal.
Oh my
Menderes
god! Menderes was
wants it.
working with Gallante.
Yeah. Maybe now we present the thing here.
God
Yep.
damn it.
I was right. I was just right in the wrong spot.
That's Phoenix Wright Games in a nutshell.
Yeah, this is a Phoenix Wright game after all.
I believe that our motive for revenge lies in another string of murders.
Like, we didn't need that entire fucking thing.
That's Sir Gallante I'm talking about.
Sir Gallante? Why would you need to bring him up right now?
Okay.
Sound really scared right there, Judge. That would answer many questions at once. Continue, Wright.
It's necessary for us to mention Mr. Black because the mastermind behind him was Mr. Yossarian himself, Francisco Menderes. The
Francisco...
defendant, Mr. Menderes.
Francisco Yossarian Menderes.
I know I've seen that back sprite before.
That's red-white.
Yeah, there it is. It's just retextured, or redrawn.
Repainted, redrawn. Hold on a minute. Do you mean to say that it was all a plot to seize control of the family?
It certainly does look that way, unless my client happens to have a different explanation.
And then something about the hit list. Dagnabbit. Are you going to make me come out and say it?
It was your odd reaction that tipped me off that something was wrong.
Your odd reaction when you said Dagnabbit. I don't even know how to take you when you say that.
But I'm not the only person who's had their doubts. Mr. Parker was closer to Virgil Black than anyone. And yet, he thought it was odd that he'd planned it alone. Prosecutor Williamson worked on the case for years. And through most of that time, he had some reason to think you were behind it. And even you've made some odd comments.
He didn't kill everyone.
You were allegedly retired during that time. Retired and on bad terms with your uncle. How would you know who was or wasn't killed? You've been scared from the beginning what this case might bring up, and I think this is it. There's a lot for you to be ashamed of, but this is the number one thing. You were plotting Gallante's murders, funding him, and giving him information on the family. That's how he knew where and when to strike. He couldn't have done it alone.
The argument would never hold up in court, but I think we found our motive. It will work for the time being, I'm sure. After all, it would be in Mr. Menderes' better interests to agree with us. Trading in one death sentence for another. Do you think I'm crazy? I'm not admitting to anything. Besides, this is no motive. Not for Luciano, it isn't. Uncle Mike wanted to assassinate him, remember? He knew who the order came from. Well, that's another good point. Wouldn't Luciano have just as much reason to sabotage Michael Rivales?
That's where our story gets really interesting. Also, this is where the story finally gets interesting.
Yeah.
Menderes wasn't just having people killed for power. He was doing it because he was paranoid, worried about his uncle's wrath. The man doesn't trust anybody. I've learned that much in just 3 days. If Rivales ever found out he'd let Luciano live, he'd be done for. That's where the betrayal comes in.
Oh, wait. Are you saying that
In regards to Sir Gallante, Carlo Luciano was...
Gallante, the real Gallante.
I mean, that'd be my guess. Nope. Also, I'm off sync again.
Oh no. He was the real Tenebris
Why didn't you save?
Templar. I can't save on choices.
You should have saved whenever the green text came up.
I know.
This isn't it, obviously.
I know. We're forgetting one big thing.
Why did you say that in Gallante's voice?
Because I'm Obadiah Williamson,
Alright, save now!
but also Gallante.
Save! What are you doing?
I'm waiting for the green so we don't have to go through all this shit again.
There was no green.
My god,
Gallante
that's
is-
why I didn't save.
No, I would assume
Gallante's.
he's not Gallante's accomplice. Luciano was one of the victims of Sir Gallante, or should I say an intended victim. Okay?
He looked like a lizard. Lizard eyes with that one. I don't know why. Wait, just a cotton picking minute again.
Okay.
Intended victim, so he got away.
Sir Gallante didn't kill everybody. Mr. Menderes told me that much, but his words seem to have a whole new meaning. He's scared about people in his own organization, but why? What could he have to hide from them that was so huge? And if it was Gallante, who would have known other than Gallante? What? Or one of Gallante's failed targets?
Could he have accomplices to the plot? Somebody else plotting against Rivales.
That wouldn't leave a motive for Luciano to turn on him. Luciano had to feel betrayed by Menderes somehow, and what better way than a botched assassination? Menderes wanted to make sure nobody ever found out that he disobeyed Rivales.
But you don't know I ordered it, and you can't, because Virgil Black is dead. This is all just a lot of fancy guesswork.
I could never prove it. I'm sure nobody here could apart from yourself. You, and if I'm right, the man you tried to have killed. You're here because you did something to make him angry. It's either that or you murdered Mr. Black and Mr. Jameson. So help me here. I'm trying to save your paranoid hide, crazy as it seems.
I'm not going in for Gallante. I won't admit a thing.
Alright, goodbye.
But I did send someone to take care of Luciano. I'll tell you that much and no more. Are we going to get a Menderes testimony now? That was the betrayal. That's why Luciano came after him. An admission of attempted murder. If I didn't know any better, I'd think it was my lucky day.
Why, you should have no grudge against this guy anymore.
That's all you're getting. Just get that psycho off my back. Why did you do it? I didn't have any other choice. Michael would have killed me. Who? Who?
I assume it's Luciano?
Oh,
I don't know. I don't...
Who was that? Out from the gallery.
Don't mind me, just dying.
It's Rivales.
But the bag only succeeded in killing Ben!
Oh,
Yep,
yeah,
yep.
It was fucking Jason, I knew it!
The breadcrumbs would be too easy to follow if you knew Menderes' handiwork. Years of plodding alongside him would have showed you it pointed right to the man. Luciano's only mistake was to not see it coming.
Didn't see it coming.
You'll see that my mind is too fast for
Rise.
Regrettable that he'd come to trust Menderes. He should have known from the start. He who would betray his own blood out of fear. He who'd disobey a direct order.
At least Rivales only ever turned on those who had already undermined him. Menderes saved his life, yes, but then he made the choice to try and take it back. A man without honor, he deserves everything that has and will come to him.
Do you admit that you're Carlo Luciano?
Must I? No, I do not. I failed to see how that would help my position.
Everybody knows that you're Luciano.
I think you'll find myself even less cooperative than our friend here.
Time to pull the mask off. What is wrong with your nose? Why do you have a little triangle here?
He's
What's
Hitler.
going on? Like, I just noticed that.
This pursuit was amusing at first, but
He only has
my limits.
one nose hole.
This is Birdo.
No.
I was in on the plot to fake his death, but to be Luciano myself, inconceivable.
You have directly admitted yourself as an accomplice in MN6. That alone places suspicion on you for 3 murders. We have no alibi on you for any of them, and now we have a strong motive.
Ah, my dear prosecutor, how mistaken you are. I am not sure if you realize it quite yet, but I am still far from appearing the guilty party. Please step back and take a moment to reanalyze your situation. Face it, sir, if you had even a single iota of
This guy likes the word iota.
you would have shown it long ago. And if you hope to catch me in some unfortunate slip-up, you'll be sorely disappointed.
But you slipped up earlier a little bit.
A little bit.
I mean, besides, we're in the jurist system era, motherfucker.
Yeah.
I think they have sufficient enough evidence. We already know hard evidence doesn't work anymore.
Do we have anything?
I don't know. There must be something.
I would think not. Though to be quite fair, if we are to assume I were Luciano, I would have to thank you all for doing me a great favor.
Huh?
What do you mean?
Please, sir, do not make me spell it out for you. If my big overarching plan was to bring down Menderes, you've done that for me by associating with him with Sir Gallante.
So we're all Carlo Luciano. No.
What? It was a trap, and I walked right into it.
So you see, sir, no matter what else, Menderes will have nowhere to go from here. On the one hand, he could be executed for triple homicide. And on the other, his cohorts will hunt him down like the fiend he is. As for me, well, you've proven a motive, I suppose. I'm sure that counts for something.
Don't give up. You know nobody saw any of the 3 murders. That means that if we can't prove an alibi, it might be him. Not good enough. There must be an implication of someone other than Menderes.
The first day during Miss Porter's testimony, she claimed she heard a weird noise. When she turned to check, she didn't see anyone. But she found Jimmy dead after returning from the chase.
I presume you'd expect this noise was me. I'm glad I'm not the only one who needs your defending.
What?
What of the shovel, then? The one with the defendant's prints on it. He was the last one to hold it, as you well know. So explain to me how that implies anyone other than him. You don't have fingerprints, you stupid fuck.
I might not have an answer for that. Is Menderes really the only one who could have used the shovel?
You don't have fingerprints! It has his prints and no one else's.
Huh? Hey, wait, doesn't that sound familiar?
Come to think of it, yeah. So that's what that evidence was about. That's why it was so important. Mendez found the shovel upon returning and tried to hide it back in his home. I can't give you any more than his word on that, and I agree it's a point against me. But he's not the only one with evidence stacked against him. There's evidence pointing to Luciano as the culprit. If the shovel says Mendez, there's something else that says Luciano. Only he had a true motive and Only he had a true motive and opportunity to kill all 3 victims.
All 3.
Look at Porter's body.
Where there were no fingerprints and the killer wasn't wearing a glove.
I assume you have to
Going
present
with
this at
this.
some point soon, but it's the right game, so we don't know when. I guess try it, you saved.
Nope. It's like, yeah, we already proved that with the whole Gallante thing.
Well, it said that the person hadn't worn gloves because there were no glove prints.
Yeah, glove prints.
And the whole
Glove
point that there are no
prints.
such thing as glove prints.
Glove print. Maybe because of the dirt.
The smudges on the shovel, there was no fingerprints. I don't know.
There's no glove prints on the shovel. Pearl. Footprint. Now I've clicked the footprints.
What did Phoenix say again? There's one thing that proves he's connected to all 3 murders or whatever.
Only he had a true motive, an opportunity to kill all 3 victims.
The motive was
Motive
the
and
bottle.
opportunity.
The opportunity was he was in the dude was in jail. The other dude, Mendez, was in jail. The forged bottle that Kristoff used to win MN6 was the catalyst. Both Jimmy and Miss Porter were hunted down for it.
Do.
Yes, a motive for Luciano, no doubt. But your client would have one too. He'd need that bottle to cover for his treachery.
There's something special about this which I hadn't considered before. It's the reason why Luciano needed to recover it. It would have ruined everything for his plans.
The bottle caused me to lose the case. But surely you had something else in mind. Tell the court what you mean by this.
Really, dude?
Tell the court what you mean by
Luciano held it. There was one point in the case that was brushed over in the trial. Salim Kushari said he saw Luciano handle the bottle of poison.
I'll write that too.
He held it.
Yeah.
A rookie mistake if I've ever heard one.
But there were no fingerprints on the bottle.
You should know that Mr. Kushari has been accused of murder. Would he not lie?
Except Mr. Kushari wouldn't have had any reason to declare this. Saying he never held the bottle is one thing, but the claim that Luciano did? Especially since Luciano was presumed dead by everyone, he'd have no reason to say otherwise.
The evidence was on the defense's side. Think back and recall that Luciano's prints were not on the bottle in question.
They weren't. Then why?
Oh my god.
Oh, this sad farce has grown boring. I have no interest in playing along any further. There's simply no way that you could possibly prove I murdered anyone.
Oh god. You are entirely incapable of connecting me to these crimes!
But the bottle, what was it for?
Something we're over. He doesn't have fingerprints!
Ah, lordy.
You are so amusing! I must commend you for your perseverance! And yet you've come to the end of the line here! You really mustn't go any further.
It's like Maya should just slap the fuck out of him and be like,
Hey,
Nick!
Kev, Prince!
Yagi! Yogi! Come the fuck on!
I've won, ladies and gentlemen! No matter what else, I have won!
Or Yana Yogi.
And to see the realization in your faces, why, it's eye-opening.
Shut the fuck up. Hey, look. You're laughing a little early. Oh my god, will you just...
If indeed Luciano is alive and well, for fuck's sake, are we really doing this again? How do you intend to implicate him as the culprit? They burnt the body, I promise you, and with all the evidence linking to the present.
This remix is pretty good though.
This eye, a nasty souvenir given to me by Menderes, it means nothing. And aside from that, you have no more than trivialities and the word of a madman.
You have a word of a madman right in front of us.
Trivialities. Fuck. Trivialities? I don't fucking care.
You will need more than that to say I am Carlo Luciano.
You don't look Italian. Oh, now that I think about it, there is indeed a startling lack. The defense and prosecution both seem convinced of the witness's guilt, and yet I can't bring myself to fully accept this accusation. But you have no... it's the jurist.
Was there a third person?
Give them credit, sir. They've woven a beautifully intricate fable. But you
Fable
will,
1, 2, or 3.
You will realize that this is ultimately all it is.
Fable Connect. Decisive proof of Luciano's presence at one or more crime scenes must be given.
I would say
That
at
is
least
not-
make it a good fable, but there's no such thing.
Yeah. If that is not possible, we will have to retract the accusation.
So close. So close. What am I missing?
Garcon, what are we missing?
First line is this game. How can I link Luciano to Jimmy, Black, or Porter? Is it possible for somebody to commit 3 murders without leaving a trace?
Yeah. We should be
So
fucking...
close. So close.
It shouldn't be Obadiah there. It should be his face.
His eye.
His one eye, yeah.
Song. Oh, okay. Luciano would want to get the bottle back from Jimmy. He has the right motive and the knowledge to commit the murder.
Ah, yes, but that's not quite enough, is it? Even if you're able to prove I am Luciano, you still cannot prove Luciano killed anyone. You need actual physical proof, not just theorization and backstory.
Is there nothing that the defense can think of?
You okay?
Oh,
There has to be.
having a stroke since nobody's saying he doesn't have fingerprints. You must find a way to directly connect Carlo Luciano to any one of the 3 murders. If you do not, then this will all have been a wasted effort.
We don't. We won't let that happen.
We don't let that happen.
I have to nail this guy down.
Whoa.
This might be the final push.
Whoa.
Getting a bit
Worded.
steamy up in here.
Word it better.
It's now or never.
Word it better. At
Wake
the
up,
body of
crawling on the floor. I
I don't
want.
want to press all these motherfucking things.
Where the hell are you? Why was Luciano cremated?
I don't know.
Well, you see, no known relatives appears. There was nobody to claim him.
So we just burn him.
There's much less stress going on the state to simply dispose of the specimen. I saw to the disposal myself. There are clear records of it.
That means we could never exhume him to check.
Yes, a true pity for you, it seems.
I saw the corpse myself. I remember it well. The police department had the body from MN6. It was burnt. There is no doubt.
A body? Do not dance around with who we know it was, sir.
It wasn't Luciano, it was his body double. But if the body's gone, I could never show it. We definitely anticipated that.
You showed the ashes. How'd you get the eye, though?
It's too ironic for me. Ironic? Okay. It's too ironic for me that you'd have the same unique feature of a Manu autopsy.
It's too ironic.
Yes, irony was Menderes's goal, you see. He knew that I would always wake up to see this in the mirror.
Well, he's a vindictive prick.
That I would never forget when I saw it. That's how he ensured I would forever remain silent.
There must be another way to prove it.
I was sure the eye would help.
It's not going to help us nail this crime to him. What is it with you and nailing? There's some substantial evidence in our court record that proves he's the killer.
I'm gonna nail everyone Phoenix Wright.
Okay? Alright, so
That was a
we
quote
can
from
assume
him.
that the last one was what we need to present to. There's plenty of reason to suspect Luciano.
Not particularly. For everything pointing to him, there are 5 things pointing to Menderes. And that's not even speaking about myself. If I were to walk out that door right now, where would you be left? Facing a sure guilty sentence for your client, that's where. I only stuck around for so long because I thought you might provide me a challenge. But so far you've only let me down.
Trison over here being Luciano over here being high IQ.
I can't wait to wipe that smug grin off your face.
Is it smug?
How do I prove that Luciano is the villain?
I wouldn't call that smug. I would call that just
How did
mentally
that
deranged.
model connect to it?
It's a bottle.
A nasty souvenir given to me by Menderes, it means nothing. Aside from that, you have no more than trivialities and the word of a madman. I'm trying to corner him, but he ended up doing it to me. That's why your corner theme isn't playing. Is there any way to prove that Dreyson is Luciano? What unanswered questions do we have left that might help me solve this? Alright, let me read through everything. If Luciano is alive and well, how do you intend to implicate him as the culprit? Maybe that's what we need to present to.
I'm going to assume that.
They burnt the body after. Okay, well let's see what we have in the evidence.
Okay.
What unanswered questions do we have?
We have a lot in Trucy's notes. Maybe.
Parker didn't think
We did.
Bert was working alone. Parker drove Pearl from the diner.
We can checkmark this one. We can checkmark this one.
Dreyson, okay, we know that.
Check that one.
Rivala's family threatened Maya. Rivala's family
Check
covered
that
up after
one.
MN6.
Check that one.
Tugamera denies killing Cody. That's one thing.
Well, that was Dreyson.
Yeah, that's an unsolved thing, though. Menderes avoids cussing. That's why he says dag nabbit.
Oh, right.
Believes Menderes attacked Maya for something about MN6. Tugamera forged a second bottle. Maya started getting anonymous threats recently. Maya's interview would have revealed it. Her grandmother and Miss Porter knew Donatella was... Okay. I guess you saved, right?
Yeah.
Present Trucy's notebook.
Nope.
Nope.
I object to this testimony. It was this one.
The knife?
Oh, right. The knife? The bloody knife?
Yeah, we don't have any answers for that.
Well, I mean, that was...
Representing it.
Okay.
But I know there's more. We can really nail that this guy is our killer. I should show something more to really stamp down this contradiction. Okay, so we have to present something else? Safe.
Oh, we're doing rapid fire again?
I would've... I don't want to, but... Porter's room.
Okay, yeah, we're doing rapid fire.
That's one thing, but I know there's more. We can really nail this guy. Because... Save again, because we're one hit away from death.
I like to live on the edge.
Let's look at all these. What does Porter's testimony say? Let's look at the
That's confession. Working with identity, the kid that killed him blow.
neck.
Lax autopsy,
List of the
Porter's
Rivales
autopsy. What?
The list on the Rivales family. Something. Okay. Well, what is this? What does Porter's autopsy say? Killed between 3 and 4 on October 7th. Knife wound to the chest. Try presenting it. Save. So. Nope.
Objection.
The note. Maya. The note. Maya.
Oh. Nope.
I object to this. I object to objectionable testimonies. Try it.
Picked a man's voice.
We need to figure out something. Try it.
Nope.
What? Okay, let's think about it. What do we have unanswered questions for?
We know that.
Try presenting Jane.
It really was Jane. They really were connected. Nope.
I mean, we know that Jane was working with him, or working with Gallante or somebody.
Somebody was working with somebody.
That was what I said first, but people have been troublesome since Parker.
See, to it personally, they're removed. I don't know nothing about all the other hits in this one.
Maybe.
I have no idea. No. It's not anything in the first one said.
I mean, what do we not have answers for?
I don't know what we don't
Wiretap?
have. This damn card.
If the wiretap doesn't work, try D-Killer's card. Or present Shelly D-Killer.
D-Killer himself. Nope.
Try presenting Shelly D-Killer.
I have no fucking idea.
Juicy, activate your magic panties and get all this shit out of here that we don't need.
We have so much evidence.
No, we already did that. Did we? No.
Yeah, you did the bottle already.
This really is an Ace Attorney game. Everything must be presented.
The shovel? Because the shovel has those prints on it.